in my head. I just don't have time. One day I can be a secret window. Bury someone in a corner. I love that movie.
Secret Window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on. From the Run to Kingsbury Lane. Gingerbread Lane.
Yeah.
Oh, kidding. Give me back my bread and legs. My gumdrops. The Acid King.
Oh,
What a
yeah.
trippy fella.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Ba-dum-bum.
So, in the 1960s, I take it, or early 70s?
No, this Acid King was, in the 90s.
90s?
96.
Oh, hell.
He was one of us.
Yeah, that's right.
Ricky Casso is his
He's got the
name.
long hair, the cute
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, he was one of us.
Like, all of us went to school with. Looks like Jacob Foote. Shh, sorry.
You wanna?
Ricky Casco.
Casso.
The Acid King.
Yeah.
I didn't really read too much about him. I got the Jehovah chick down.
Okay. I see.
He's the photographer, right?
No, that's Harvey Gladman.
Okay.
The
dating
photographer
thing.
you're thinking of is Alcala.
Okay.
He's
But he-
another,
but he's
dude,
not
he
a-
represented himself in court, too. And he talked, he interrogated himself as a witness and talked in two different voices. And then for his final statement, he played some weird folk hippie song in
That's
his
good. He was
2011 case.
God.
Because, no, there's that many appeals. He went back to court recently. That's why
that
he's
was an
back up.
appeal?
Yeah, he's old and gray now. You should see him. Watch it. Look that up.
Well,
It's nuts.
who is he?
Rodney Alcala.
Okay.
The dating game
The
one.
dating game guy.
Yeah,
I thought he was executed.
Not yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, fella.
Yeah, die already.
He's entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so Ricky...
Yeah, whatever. Ricky Casso. He murdered Gary Lewins or Lewers in 1994.
And took people to see him?
Yeah, he took over 14 different kids to see the body before anybody reported it.
What did the kids
And he was
do?
bragging about it and probably changed their lives, forever seeing that body with him.
And he believed it was satanic and cultish because...
Because that's how Ricky Casso was.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't necessarily a cult, but him and his buddies took a whole bunch of PCP and LSD. And this Gary guy had already stolen 10 bags of PCP from him at one point, I guess.
Jeez.
So he'd already beat Gary up once, and Gary returned 5 of the 10 bags. So Ricky and his buddies, I don't know if I have the, Jimmy, oh man, yeah.
So you said got ate out his eyes?
Yes! They cut his clothes and his hair and stuff. They were throwing parts of him into the fire.
Oh, that's the guy. Yes, I've seen it.
Yes.
Yes, okay. They used his human hair
Hair.
to blow to make the fire burn.
Yes.
Look, the wind and everything just picked up for that.
It did. I heard the
Yeah,
door.
I got chill. I ain't gonna lie. I got chill.
And they forced him to say, "I love Satan, Ricky." And this boy instead screamed, "I love my mother."
Oh.
Yeah, that's awful. Until he finally said, "I love Satan."
Just make it stop.
Yeah. He said, "I love my mother."
As they ate out his fucking eyeballs. God.
Yeah. He bit his neck.
That's right. They chopped him up like pieces of log.
Pretty much.
And tossed him into the fire.
Bit his neck, yeah.
Bit his fucking
Stabbed
neck.
him a bunch and cut out his eyes. And
Because they were fucking high.
yeah, they were high as kites on fucking PCP and LSD.
Yeah, I don't even
PCP makes
imagine.
you do crazy, horrible things.
I remember that cop show. I remember watching how they would shoot people.
And they would just stand there like, yeah.
Warriors, man.
Yeah.
They were like, he won't go down. He won't get his fucking
Naked.
lit him up.
Naked
Yeah.
is yes,
That used
it's
to
not
scare
funny.
me,
It's
man.
not funny.
It's not funny. Don't do
It's so
drugs, everybody.
terrifying that it's funny.
Like, what the fuck? Remember in the
Mm-hmm.
one movie, which was it, where he found himself in the chicken coop because he smoked it? Dave Chappelle, was it How High? He was hanging out with the Mexicans,
Yeah.
smoking a piece of beans in the fucking chicken coop. God.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, there was one case reading about PCP. The dude, he took some PCP. I guess he beat his girlfriend to death. He had pulled out her rib cage somehow with his bare hands, dude, and ripped out her lungs and was eating her lungs.
That's
through
what
her
some
back.
guy at the hotel
Through
was
her
telling me
back.
about,
There was a
Flocka.
torture thing that they did that too. It was called the eagle or something.
I don't know.
And they would rip it out and make it look like wings and pull your lungs out.
Everybody,
The blood
I'm
eagle.
twitching and wiggling right now. God.
Oh, I could go on all day
Man,
about
medieval,
torture devices.
Yeah, let's talk about some serial killers. Let's hold off a second. When we go back into history, everybody was there ain't never it's gonna top the kings and the Inquisition and the fucking Crusades and fucking the Persian army. Like, no
the
one.
things
the
people
fucking-
did to each other.
Oh, Jesus. Or the human sacrifice.
So this
like,
isn't
this
that
ain't nothing.
crazy.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
Yeah, if you
that
think
when
about
you said
it.
that made me think,
Yeah.
like, that's some old gothic, old, I'm going to pull you by your limbs with some horses.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dude, there was one. They would put you in like a barrel type thing. I think it's called scaffing. And they would cover your face and your
No.
genitals especially
No.
with honey and milk.
No.
And you would be devoured by ants pretty much.
I've seen pictures
And then
of that.
you would shit and piss inside the barrel, so your body would be getting necrosis too from all the shit and the piss because they keep feeding you. They'd be force feeding you for like a week. And you would like rot from the inside out and be eaten by bugs.
Could you
and
imagine
maggots.
being put in there? The
No,
fear
it's
of
called
being
scaffing.
placed in there. Just, Jesus, I always think of like,
And
this
it could be
weird
for any
mask or
reason.
just-
Like,
I
it was
know,
horrible.
that anybody want to say at any given time. At any or even being burned alive.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
what
fucking awful,
the fuck?
too. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, so I get what they might be thinking going to the electric chair. Like, and that
Or the fucking, where they put him on the wheel, breaking him on the wheel. Oh my God.
the Game of Thrones shit with the rat through the barrel was enough for
Yeah,
me.
that's one.
Like, that made it, like, very, like, oh, you see the pictures. Like, most of the time in them old movies, they didn't really show it. You just got the idea.
Yeah, you knew that it was implied that there was torture.
It was, yeah. Like, the stretching, like, you see it, but you got blood splatter and, like, limbs. You just didn't get that whole fear of,
They even
oh
had,
my
like,
God.
pedestals that would turn while everybody beat you at first.
I know, with spikes in them and shit. Or, like, a cone.
The pair of anguish. It was this thing that went into orifices, and they could unscrew it. And it would look like a pear when it went into your mouth, your vagina, or whatever. And it would crank it open.
Crack the bone.
Yeah. And
Like
that
a
was
fucking
usually
pear.
stuff they did before you were actually killed.
Yeah,
you know?
to
This
get you
was
to confess.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I can only watch the Jesus movie. And the the other one Mel Gibson
I'll
did.
say I haven't seen it, but I've seen the one. The
no, not
Passion
the
of
religious.
Christ.
It's the
Apocalyptic.
God.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh. Like, there's a few movies I can only watch a few times. Human Centipede, I never watched anymore. I can only watch that first one.
Don't ever watch the second one. I can't watch it, and I've watched everything. I've been to the depths of hell.
Of it.
And
I
can't.
haven't even had an acid flashback yet. But I have flashbacks of the Human Centipede, man.
Like it, but the first one, it
Yeah.
isn't even that bad compared to the
It's
second
the
one.
thought.
Dude, the second one's worse.
I don't even know. I'll have to go home and watch it. But
Dude, you won't make
is it still on Netflix?
Probably. You won't make it.
It wasn't like...
No, it's so much worse. The second one is about and he's really gross and fat and nasty, and it's most believable. They make it real. And that's what it is. It's this retarded guy who's seen the movie, became obsessed with the movie, and wants to make his own. So he uses a staple gun, and there's a pregnant one. A pregnant woman is at the head of it, and glues them and staples them and stuff. And he uses barbed wire and it shows everything. He's really gross fat. It's the most horrible movie. The woman gives birth, Ricky by accident. He's raping it at the end, and she breaks off of it at some point. I couldn't watch. Like, I stood in the hallway while Derek watched this movie and kept screaming and stuff. And I've seen Last House on the Left, you know.
I do too, and I love
I've seen the darkest of the dark of horror
I've
movies.
seen some-
I pride myself. Like,
Yeah, me
Cannibal
too. Some that
Holocaust
aren't
is another
even,
one I won't watch.
I've seen some that are...
You shouldn't even
They ain't
see
even allowed in our country.
when it's just rape, torture, and stuff.
Like necrophilia. Like, I've seen some few foreign... Like, Larry used to get them from chicks.
Yeah, I've seen some shit, but that... So, yeah, you won't make... Like, it's nothing. It makes the first one look like a daydream. The first one's rough, yeah. And then
It's just
they're
the
just stuck there at
idea.
the end with the other two
And
dead.
there would be some shit, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like someone really did that, man. You know they did. They used to do. They turned a cat into a telephone.
Well, they're going
They
off of
did
that
fucking-
German scientist. He hooked dogs.
Yeah,
Somebody did. He
they
made
really
two-headed
did
dogs.
that. And like the Jews and all this, like
There's
people
freaking
over there.
videos of the two-headed dogs.
We
The
should be
longest
happy
one
we
lasted for a
born
month. It was a German guy, and that was a German guy. And human, so they played off of
Being
this
put
real
onto
doctor.
an animal alone is fucking
Yeah,
sadistic.
yeah. But he attached like a puppy head to a full-grown dog.
I know,
And he
they
said
did-
it would act like a puppy still.
You
and-
know, our scientists had a dog head hooked up to electrodes.
That's what I mean.
It was
like,
giving it water, and it was going nowhere. It was making it like salvulating, like Maslow did with that conditioning reflex, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that scientist guy was back in like the 40s doing that shit.
And like they should do segments on them crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're their own monsters.
Yeah, like science monsters and doctor monsters.
Oh,
like,
there's all kinds of
like
doctor
body
monsters.
snatchers and fucking. We were talking about that case of them guys. I'd like to go visit their thing. The body snatcher couple, the duo. He was hung.
I don't know who.
Oh, what's his fucking name? He's got a statue or some shit now.
Oh, he's got a statue. I don't know. Why don't I know? We
He
talk
used
about
to
so
take-
many.
He used to take bodies to the medical guy and get paid for it.
Oh,
and
the
then
Burke and Hare?
Yeah, then they
It was
started.
two guys,
Two
yeah.
dudes, and the one started getting a conscience.
Yeah, Burke and Hare, they were grave robbers,
Yeah,
and they
grave
would
robbers.
also,
Yeah.
like, make bodies.
I like their
Once
stories.
they found out they got money. Yeah, they were, like, Victorian. Like, to Burke, I think, to Burke
Wasn't it in
somebody
America?
is... No,
Or
it
no?
was in England.
Okay.
To Burke somebody, it's actually a thing now, the way he killed people. He was big and fat, too. And he would just, like, lay on top of them. And that's called Burking, and that's when you
Suffocate.
smother someone without leaving any marks.
Yeah, that's right, because he was going to do it to his friend, and the friend knew it and was going to fight him off.
Yeah.
And they ended up going to jail.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah. It was because they gave him a real fresh body one time that they found
Gave
out
more money.
and found out it would be more money, so they were like, okay. And you were desperate in those times too. And like you said, the Benders, they were the same type of way in a way to me.
Mm.
They're the family, the Western like cowboy family that would, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
You would be more desperate then.
Yeah, that's just how it was. It's how the way of life.
And if somebody had something more than you would take it.
Or they were going to take you.
Yeah.
It's the Book of Eli, man. So that kind of leads into the Jehovah Witness family.
Yeah.
The Natasha Corellis.
No, Combs or something like that. Cornett.
Okay,
Cornett.
yeah, I just mixed those brothers into
Yeah. Natasha
Yeah.
Cornett.
I think she's a liar. They blamed it all on them boys. I'd like to see the boys' testimony.
It's on YouTube. I watched all of it.
And one's name is Jason,
Mhm.
and I seen them testifying, but I meant like the aftermath of what they
Right.
think,
Yeah,
or their
they don't-
sentencing. I didn't see their sentencing.
I didn't go into. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find it.
Yeah,
But she even cried in court and shit like that.
the one little girl you could tell was telling the truth.
Yeah, her friend.
Yeah,
But her friend didn't really implicate her either.
no, they implicated the dudes, but the first one shows them all as some weird, like they're gonna run across like natural born killers
Yeah,
is what
exactly.
they blamed.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with that movie too, but I never ran off and
But there's a
murdered
lot
people.
of kids that kind of went natural born
Well,
killers.
that's why I
though.
sent you that message about engineering our generation to be
Mhm.
rebellious like that, to break down
Yeah.
Christianity or whatever they say. Whether or not it wasn't, it also, like, we were the last ones, I guess, to
Like
be
if
taught
we
to think for yourself.
had more of a, who knows their situation growing up. Maybe if we had more of a dire situation, we could have been one of those kids.
Yeah, I believe that.
Like, if that's, but
We were the
what they
gothic
did
kid.
wasn't, but what these kids did was not okay.
No,
It was
because
a freaking family
It's-
with small children,
exactly.
a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old.
the little boy's alive. And
Yeah,
survived.
he survived. In
They
his
shot
mother's
him through
arms.
the eye.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
And yeah,
Shot all
they shot the little
each of
girl.
them
They were
through the
talking
eye.
about how the mother, Delphina, and Tabitha
was holding, trying to sing